Hi guys, this is Dr. Muyoka. Welcome to my channel. If you're a returning subscriber, I'm really excited that you chose to return again to watch my videos. And if you're new here, karibu sana. Please feel at home. In today's video, guys, I want to do a follow-up. I hope you remember the video I did on the low and high case numbers. I kind of may have done this video like I want to say maybe a month ago. Guys, I'm here to do some type of follow-up because I realized that last week the US State Department issued their latest visa bulletin for September. And then I was looking at the numbers again and I said maybe I can do something to follow up just to share my opinion about it. Yeah, guys, I will begin by just going back to my old presentation a little bit so that I can tie the loose ends so we can proceed. Guys, if you remember in that last presentation, I did make a note that in DV 2023, between the months of June, July, and August, they had just the same cutoff number. And that cutoff number was 63,500. So for those 3 months, the entire month of June, July, and August of DV 2023 fiscal year, we saw a stagnation in the cutoff mark. And for me, my understanding of that stagnation meant that the KCC was giving the embassies in Africa, and we're talking about Africa region, by the way. So the KCC was giving the embassies time to try and clear whatever backlog they might have been having at the time, because they simply could not give them any more numbers for 3 consecutive months. And then in the month of September, they suddenly went current. And as you remember, guys, during that time, the chaos ensued because after Africa went current, a short time after that, what happened in September, people who had been scheduled for interviews ended up not going for an interview because there were no visas left. There was even no availability to go for an interview. And it was so sad. I did say in my first presentation. I said that in my previous presentation, sorry. So now, in today's video, now given that context, now we're going back to what's happening now. June, July, and August of DV 2024. What's been happening? Okay, so in June, they had the number they had for the cutoff mark was 57,000. In July, it was 67,500. And in August, it's listed as 75,000. And then September, Visa Bulletin says Africa has gone current. Now you see a difference in the cutoff mark, the cutoff number, that it was increasing. So it just seems like every month the embassies were continuing to be busy. They were not being given a break like they had been given a break last fiscal year. Now this year they've just been working through and through. Unfortunately, the embassies, the US embassies abroad in these different countries across the continent of Africa, for example, they've not been doing the same things. Different embassies have been doing different things. Some embassies have been doing well, like the Nairobi embassy has done pretty well. I can testify because I'm now already in the United States of America. My interview was in February, and here I am. I've been here for some time. So I can testify that Nairobi was doing very well. But embassies like the US Embassy in Accra, Ghana, I didn't hear very good reports about them. So, and there's other embassies as well, I think, that have had problems with capacity and being able to just deal with the numbers of the case numbers. You see, the number of people who want visas vis-a-vis their capacity to deal with this need. You see, now when I look at the numbers for this year, the tail end of this fiscal year, guys, as much as I don't know, I personally do not know how many individuals in total were randomly selected for a green card. So I don't know I really don't know what the exact number of individuals for the Africa region is, but I'm assuming that whatever this number is, it cannot be so different from the previous fiscal year. Like I think that there's a difference, but I don't think that the difference is that significant. Okay, so if we're assuming that there's just a small difference, maybe not a whole lot of people, then we get concerned at this point that for Africa to go current means that now everybody has a shot at getting an interview if their file is cleared by KCC. But at the same time, what are the embassies, the respective designated embassies, doing? You see, do they have the capacity? Now, this is the critical question I've been asking. Do they have the capacity? If I may just speak to my own experience, because that's what I can speak to, my own experience, guys. When I received my second 2NL, it was sometime in December of 2023, mid-December, okay? Being notified that my interview would be sometime in February. It was exactly 6 weeks from the time I got my second 2NL. And immediately I got contact from the embassy. I began I started trying to prepare myself, finishing up with the vaccinations and also trying to get an appointment with the International Organization for Migration, IOM, okay, so that I could go there for my medicals and so forth. So how many people have received their second 2NLs? How many? Because now, without a second notification letter, guys, I don't know that one can go to the IOM. Because I remember when I was going to IOM, we were being asked the first thing when you arrived, you had to show proof that you have been scheduled for the interview at the US Embassy for them to process your medicals. So you see, because the embassy and IOM work together. And you need time. There's no way the US Embassy can send you an email and tell you your interview is next week. They can't do that because they know that you need time to finish your medicals, because they don't want a situation where you go to the embassy and now you don't have the required paperwork. It will be a waste of their time as well. So they cannot schedule interviews in a very short span of time, I guess is what I'm trying to say. They have to schedule it in such a way that they allow the applicant and his or her derivatives to prepare themselves, to have their medicals out of the way, so that when you go for your embassy appointment, you are ready. You see, so that it is actually also, I think reasonable for the candidate to prepare themselves. So having said that, I'm asking myself, there's a lot of people who've been saying they haven't received their second notification letters. What's going to happen to these individuals? This is what I'm asking for myself, because at the end of the day, it's what's going to happen. Are they going to get second notification letters just before time for an interview? This is not practical. It's not practical at all. And then another thing is, what is your embassy doing? It's like I mentioned earlier. If you're, let's say, at the Nairobi embassy and it's still keeping up that pace, maybe you may be lucky to get through the door and have an interview. But what if you're at an embassy that is not doing well? And now I think it's too late to even try and move. Now you cannot go and unlock your DS-260 and start saying, I want to go to Dar es Salaam, I want to go to Kigali, I want to go to Nairobi if you're outside of East Africa. Guys, the situation is of great concern the way I see it. Yeah, because at the end of the day, those who are going to get visas, it's not going to have anything to do with whether you have a low case number at this point, the way I see it, especially if you're in a country where the embassy is not doing well. So at the end of the day, it's going to boil down to where are you, geographically. And that the person who is going to have an advantage is the person who is going to be in a region where the embassy or embassies are working, So I don't want to discourage anyone, guys. What I'm going to say is, if you're out there and you're really desperate to get your visa, I think at this point, you really need to just pray. Pray that your file will be forwarded in time and that the embassy will reach out to you. Pray and have faith. Pray like you've never prayed before. That's me, what I would say. I think where we've reached, some people are going to come out of this situation because of prayer. Me, I prayed a lot, by the way. I even went for the way of the cross because I'm a Catholic. If you go onto my channel, you'll see the videos where I was posting the way of the cross. I was not playing. I really prayed because I knew that this was also a spiritual matter. So for some of you who are really needing to leave Africa, this is not a joke. Yeah, because getting a green card is as an opportunity of a lifetime. Opportunity of a lifetime. You know, it's not easy to hit the jackpot twice. Yeah, so get on your knees, guys. This is what I would say because I don't know what else to tell you, you know. And I would love to hear your comments, guys. I would love to hear your comments. If things are working, please let me know. I would love to hear. Yeah, and I'm praying for the best for everybody. In the comments, kindly let me know what's up, what's going on. Those of you who are waiting on your second 2NLs, those of you who have gone through, give me an update. Let me hear what you have to say. And having said that, allow me to check out. Please, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I would really love for you to subscribe and be a part of this community. Thank you so much. And if you liked this video, by all means, like it, give it a thumbs up so I can get more of you watching by having the YouTube recognize me through the algorithms. All right, guys, thank you and take it easy. Bye-bye.